You are now listening to the Full Sport Press podcast, featuring hosts Jay Hove, Chef, Weezy, and Coach Locke. Please enjoy the show.
Greetings and salutations. I would like to welcome everybody back, and some of you for the first time, to the Full Sport Press podcast, the premier sports podcast for the consummate sports fan. And this is your one-stop shop for all sports-related news and topics. I am Jay Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
Weezy in the building. Say what's up, Weezy.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Coach Locke back next week. Say what's up.
What's up? What's up, fellas? What's good?
What's up, everybody?
How's it
Happy
going,
Thanksgiving, everybody. Eat good.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving was good, man.
What's up, man?
Yeah,
That's
sir.
good.
It's good.
Camera's always on, Jeff.
Always, brother.
From deep.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Episode 298, we are bringing the 2019 college football season to an end by handing out the Postseason awards.
FSP style.
Always FSP style.
Better damn know it.
Better than believing.
For sure. Before we get started with things, FSP is celebrating our 300th episode very, very soon.
Yeah.
And we are joining forces with Edmondson Chapel Church in Antioch, Tennessee for a coat drive.
All right.
And we're asking our listeners to turn in your new or gently worn coats. Again, new or gently worn coats from a smoke-free home. No, I'm joking. But please DM any of us so we can meet up and deliver the coats to the church. Or you can drop off the coats at the church on Wednesdays and Sundays between the hours of 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're accepting the coats until the 18th of December. For sure.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
Cool?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, man. Let's kick it off, man. Best of the week, Weezy. What you got?
Best week for me was fellowship with the guys on Wednesday, man.
For sure.
Yeah.
Preparation.
So, yeah,
For the 300
so-
show and
cheer.
Something special coming.
yeah, something special coming. And
That's in pre-production. What I tell you,
Yeah.
you want somebody to know something. Tell no Howard,
He like, hey, look, he like Cole Mama Martin.
man,
it was
or like Miss Jenkins from you ain't hear from me
I ain't the one
Hey,
that
you
gossip.
ain't the one to gossip.
Nah,
She ain't heard that from me.
for sure. Now I had a good time, Weezy, for sure.
for sure, man.
Yeah,
It was a good time.
for sure. You owe me a little money.
Oh.
Owe me a little paper.
Oh.
Just a little paper.
Oh.
Owe me a little paper.
Little chain.
You went Black Friday shopping?
Ooh.
Did you go Black Friday shopping?
Back
Yeah.
row.
I did.
Keep it back row.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you definitely
Everything
keep it
paid
back
for.
on. Everything definitely paid for.
Everything's paid
Except
for.
for best with me, huh?
Ooh.
Okay, Jeff, what you got? Best of the week.
Ouch. Best of the week for me. Man, that was wow. Anyway, Stone Cold, man, had an interview with the Undertaker. One of the first times Undertaker actually was out of character on TV. It was kind of dope to see. He's been his actual self, being Mark. His actual self on TV sounds pretty cool.
That's
I
dope.
wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah, it was funny. Like he was sitting there, like that's really the Undertaker, not rolling his eyes or with the the outfit and nothing. Like they was just being a human being. So that's pretty cool to see.
So-
Yeah,
What you got, Coach?
Man, just being able to be back for Thanksgiving, man. Wasn't really planning to be back for Thanksgiving.
Most definitely.
So being able to get back, spend time with family, friends,
Sure.
definitely on the podcast for sure.
Yeah,
So, it's always good and thankful for that.
always thankful.
Yeah.
Cameraman, how are you? How was your Thanksgiving, brother?
Salute to the thumbs up.
salute to the thumbs up.
That's dope.
Another
Alright.
Shout out to the
Thumbs
cameraman.
up.
Cameraman put in work this week, man.
Yeah, he did.
Shout him out, man.
Did a good job.
For sure,
man.
man. FSP_cameraman. Follow him on Instagram.
Yeah.
We got to get him a Twitter. Nah.
No, we not.
We're going to let him lie. We're going to let him live.
Stay out the Twitter. Twitter roll.
Speaking of Twitter, my best of the week is Omarion winning the war.
Yeah.
Winning the war.
Yeah,
For
he
sure,
won
it's
the
no
war.
secret
Yeah.
that he had bandmate trouble
Yeah.
with his homeboy,
Yeah.
Air Fizzo.
Oh God.
Omarion never responded to the
Yeah.
allegations, said he was fine with it.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, on Air Fizzo's birthday,
Yeah.
he announced the Millennium Tour minus his B2K bandmates.
That's how you
man.
do it.
So,
Calculated.
Weezy, you are planning on going to the Millennium Tour?
I'll probably be in attendance.
For sure.
I can see that. Yeah.
That's your time.
Yeah.
That's your time.
Yeah.
You ain't twins gonna be there.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of, it's Bow Wow, Sammy, Pretty Ricky, Lloyd, Yin Yang Twins, and Soulja Boy.
All your
7 of Weezy's favorite.
Missing one person.
Who is that?
T-Pain.
T-Pain.
T-Pain was
T-Pain
set
out
out
Front
for
row, way front row. Most
I
definitely.
get advance tickets. T-Pain's on it. I get advance tickets.
Right back to you, man. Best of the week. I mean, worst of the week.
First of the week was man. Yesterday I was sitting there. I just got through eating me some good food, and fix me a little eggnog.
Did you have a nog in the egg?
Little eggnog.
Okay.
Harmony turned it right over.
Ooh.
That's okay.
Did you go get a refill?
Nah, I didn't.
You just toughed it on out.
Then she just looked at me.
Chalk
like
it up
this.
as an L.
She just looked at me. Okay.
Yeah.
All you can say was that's all right, baby.
My baby.
Okay.
That's all right.
It's my baby. Yeah.
That's all good.
That's all you can do.
Jeff, what's your worst of the week?
I'll be real, man. No worst of the week, man. Got to be around family. Got to be around friends.
Yeah.
No work. I'm good.
You
No worst
can't
of the
beat
week.
that. You cannot beat that.
Listen,
For sure. What about you, Coach?
man, shout out to Pearl Cone football team. They are in the state semifinals.
Okay.
And they are 14-0 currently.
Right.
So that means they hosting the game, right?
Right.
Yep.
No, they're not. They moved the game to Glencliff
Wow.
Shout out to Glencliff.
because the field are in terrible condition.
Right.
Yeah, Pearl.
So they are not going to really get to experience that true home field advantage because it's not at Pearl.
Man, that's tough.
That's
man.
bad, man. Come on, Metro. We got to do better, man.
Come on.
It rained last week during the game.
They done played on the 4
They
weeks in a
played on-
row.
Yeah, and that
So
feels
the field is
trash.
just bad,
Yeah.
man. Make sure they need to take care of these fields, man.
Yeah.
Do better.
Tough, man.
And
Do
ain't,
better.
ain't nobody did nothing in Glencliff field all year. So
Prime time.
this field looks great right now.
Pristine.
Yeah.
Pristine.
I'm just saying, I look like it's my school, but
Yeah, for sure.
it's been rough out there.
Go Pride. For sure.
Woo.
Yeah. My worst of the week is the Realville group chat.
Goodness.
We had another spirited debate. This
we
time
go.
it was about singers.
Yeah.
People in the chat, including, I'm not going to say any names.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say any names, but said that Michael Jackson was, and I quote, great singer. Was it not? That's what was said. That's
what was said.
Every man that was said, right? Okay. It's clear that Mike is just a dancer that can sing. Just
Entertainer.
he's an entertainer.
Okay.
They were acting like Michael Jackson, Teddy Pendergrass,
Was Hattie LaBelle.
or
Right.
Patty, or Patty.
I
Not
don't know who
Hattie.
the hell Hattie LaBelle
Hattie
is.
Hattie LaBelle, I'm sorry.
Hattie's a
That's
cousin.
Whitney Hutton.
But yeah, Mike definitely is a studio singer, like most performers of his generation, and a lot of credit goes to Quincy Jones,
Q.
yeah, who made Michael Jackson who Michael Jackson is for sure.
These
So,
are the thoughts of J-Ho and
Yeah,
J-Ho only.
for sure.
He's the
He
all
gonna flag.
hate mail
Hey,
to
He's
him.
going to get a flack about
I'm not
that.
mad.
Somebody said he was just a moonwalker.
Nobody said that.
No, somebody did say that.
Somebody did. Somebody said he was just a moon.
Shout out to the cameraman.
cameraman.
Cameraman said, hit dog will holler.
Oh, Hit Dog definitely gonna holler.
Yeah.
It was you at the Weezy. You said it's just a
God,
move.
dog.
That's
Say no names.
snitching. My fault.
We just spoke about that. He's a hit dog always holler you.
Now make sure you check us out on iTunes, Facebook, IG, Google Play, Stitcher, Beyond Pod, YouTube, and of course the SoundCloud page to catch up on the full archive of past episodes of FSP. How do you do that? You search Full Sport Press Podcast. And after you do that, make sure you check out the On Deck TV Hip Hop Podcast with Animal Brown and Spike Lee and producer M Extra on the boards every Wednesday. The guys are on a break for Thanksgiving. They give you a little free time to go back and catch up on their past episodes. So make sure you do that.
Sure. I was told that, we don't get a lot of PTO over here, but
Man, you got to work, man.
yeah, not for
Gotta
sure.
work.
Put in work, man.
Gotta work.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't that right, cameraman? That's damn right.
Got to work.
Sure.
Man, little snow holidays.
Yeah, we here.
So,
Funerals, we
We here. We
whatever it is.
we live broadcast.
I'm telling you, we here.
Wipe it away. Come on to work. We
Man.
good.
I gotta go to it. You be here at 2:30, right?
You better damn believe it.
The show must go on.
Show must go on. The show's going on, Jeff, for sure. Fresher Than Your Average podcast. Me and my dog Animal Brown is a self-help fashion podcast directly related to improving everyday fashion. Same great content with a new name. Catch our latest issue. 55 is up right now directly for the culture. Hit the hotline. 629-777-5565 and drop a fashion-related voicemail so we can answer those questions. Where your kicks, man? Cop responsibly.
And you can read up on your favorite FSP co-host. Purchase your FSP merchandise and catch up on the past episodes from the shows we just mentioned and much, much more. How you do that, you ask Weezy? Just search www.realvillemedia.com. Tell a friend to support the real. RMG.
RMG most definitely. Jeff, you got 10 good wrestling seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Let's start the clock.
All right. So last week was Survivor Series. So we got your Who You Got results. Start off with Team Raw versus Team NXT versus Team SmackDown.
NXT.
Jay and Weezy had Raw. Me and Locke had Team SmackDown. NXT won.
NXT
No,
won.
I'm telling you.
I had that right.
So I'm telling you, I literally was like, they gonna go with NXT because nobody's gonna think they're gonna win. I knew they was gonna do
That's the
that.
theme for the show. Right? Theme for the show, Locke. All right. So the next was Shayna Baszler, the NXT champion versus Becky Lynch versus Bayley. Locke and I both had Bayley. I'm sorry. Jay and Weezy both had Bailey Locke, and I had Becky Lynch. Shayna Baszler for the win.
You know what I'm saying, Cameraman?
Nobody won, nobody lost yet though.
Brock Lesnar
Mhm.
versus Rey Mysterio.
Mhm.
Everybody had Brock.
Yeah,
Brock won in the landslide.
for sure.
Of course.
Chokeslammed his son.
Yeah.
Did all type of weird things.
Come on, man.
Shinsuke Nakamura versus Roderick Strong versus AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Jay and I both had Shinsuke.
Yeah.
Locke and Weezy had AJ, and it was won by Roderick Strong.
What? I don't even know who that is.
He's NXT.
I see what's going on.
All right, so
Trying to
then
coach NXT.
yeah, right, exactly. So then the last match was the Fiend Bray Wyatt versus Daniel Bryan. Jay and Weezy had Daniel Bryan. Locke and I had the Fiend, and Bray Wyatt won.
Bray Wyatt won.
Yeah, so
Shut up.
Hot about that.
Yeah. Camera's always on, Jeff.
yes, I was on. You had Daniel Bryan though.
Yeah, we lost. I
You
wonder why you shook
lost.
my hand.
Yeah, like an
I wonder what you was doing.
He's hot about
We
that.
had
That's what I said.
You still pound your boy up, though. What you talking about?
Gotta pause it. Gotta pause it.
Pound your boy up.
You pound. You still
No,
pounded
you
your boy.
pound down.
You still pounded your
You
boy.
don't
up.
pound. You
But
don't pound.
You don't
I ain't
like-
pounded my boy.
You don't like when
You
you don't
know what I'm
like
saying? Bro.
Like, come on, Weezy.
The pound?
Yeah.
No, I
still pounded your boy.
Still pounded your boy up. You people walk every day, cameraman, and say, "Hey, give me a pound." Thank you.
Hey, I'm with you. I just,
Okay.
that's all
We
right.
don't talk somebody ask you for a high five.
I get
It doesn't
That was an audible too. You was not prepared for that. That was off the fly.
Hey, boy. That's a 101-yard kickoff return. You caught that in the end zone
Yes,
to
sir.
get to the house.
You still out about that?
excited about that.
Yeah.
In case you missed it,
Hey.
let's talk about a lottery winner. Lottery winner Colin Weir has completed his purchase of his favorite soccer club, Partick Thistle, and he said he intends to hand over ownership to the supporters in 2020. 71-year-old will also give his 55% shareholding to a fan group that is in development, so they can take part of making all changes for the soccer club. Now, Weir won the lottery in 2011, and he's already invested $2.5 million of his $161 million prize money to the Glasgow club.
Nice.
Now, he also previously pledged $6 million towards a new training ground before withdrawing his support in August due to, and I quote, uncertainties about the potential takeover by a foreign leadership. I know what that means.
Yeah.
Russell said that he's looking into do things in the future and building up the youth academy. So if anybody had any lottery winnings, would you guys go out and buy your favorite football, basketball, baseball team?
If I could afford it,
Yeah,
I had
sure.
enough lottery.
Yeah, for sure.
That
Yeah.
Powerball got to be stacked
Man.
by the bills.
Right.
Think about it though. Like if you were, I think somebody could buy the sounds if they had enough money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Or I'd be a Florida State booster. Yeah.
Big boy
That'd be
boost.
Get a building, a weight room or something.
Yeah, something. Yeah, I'd be
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
The TSU booster.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's where
there
I'm
we
going.
go.
That's where I'm going. For
You
sure.
build that thing up.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
For sure.
Thanks.
Tweet us with questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page. On the iTunes page, please rate and subscribe. But more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Tell the booster friend.
You got to tell the booster friends that the revolution will be podcasted. And before we start the first half, Weezy, do you have a yellow box of Cheerios award recipient for the listeners?
I do. This week's award recipient is Papa John.
Sure. Papa John's founder and former CEO, John Schneider, gave his first major interview since being ousted from the company. Now, throughout the interview, Schneider criticized the pizza chain he founded for everything from the quality of the pizza to upper management. The 58-year-old said he had over 40 pizzas in the last 30 days, Jeff. And he said, and I quote, it's just not the same pizza. It's not the same product. It doesn't taste as good. They were making the pizza and just not the fundamental way that we did when I was there at Papa John's, end quote. Schneider, who founded the company in 1984, stated, and I quote, stay tuned. The day of reckoning will come. the record will be set straight.
Oh my god.
What is he about to
He
do?
is, I don't know. He's about to blow it up.
Mission,
Are those
All the
pepperoni?
time, man.
Not really pepperoni.
Right,
Like,
right.
what is he about to blow?
He know where Jimmy Hoffa at.
Yeah,
No?
I'm telling you,
Like, my
they
goodness.
find him like Jeffrey Epstein.
Epstein.
Man,
I'm
listen.
telling you, you can't blow up spots.
Nah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You see, they're
Epstein.
trying to put the Epstein death on the
The security
guards.
guards.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Come
they
on,
were
man.
supposed to know be
Come
around
on,
the 24/7. Yeah.
That's nuts.
They
gonna try to find a way.
You know what Papa sound like? A dude that just broke up with his girl and she's still thriving and the glow up is
Yeah.
still
Politic.
real.
He thinking about leaking the news. He thinking about leaking the
He-
news.
that's what he doing for
He's
sure.
thinking about leaking
Papa,
the news.
look at Papa though.
He's definitely leaking the
If,
news.
if you eat
Yes.
40 pizzas in 30 days,
Yeah,
You in
wild-
trouble.
You a wild
definitely
dude.
leak the
You on,
news.
you on another level.
Don't ever leak the news.
Yeah.
30 days.
Now, hey, for real, guys, don't ever leak the news.
Nah,
Papa
man.
John's is good. Though,
Yeah.
dog. Man, when's the last time you had Papa John's with you?
Keep it a buck.
Yeah, keep it above.
Your crib.
Really?
Yeah, last time I had Papa John.
Yeah.
It's been a while for me.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been quiet for dude ever since he did all that extra stuff.
Yeah, not for sure. When he dropped that N word,
Yeah.
hurt.
got me out of there.
That hurt him.
Yeah, for sure.
That hurt.
You guys ready to get started first?
Hold on, before we do, man, we got
Hey.
stuff for the FSPK.
Okay.
We got a signed Cam Newton shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
There
This
we
is gonna
go.
go up in the FSPK to
There we
the
go.
FSP boys. So you
Shout
know,
out to Cam. Shout out
it's
to
gonna
Cam.
go up.
You don't even
man.
like Cam. Don't talk about no shout out Cam.
Oh, my
You know what I'm
goodness.
saying?
Yeah, there we go,
Check
man.
it out. Check
Yeah.
it out, Cam.
Cameraman.
Yes,
There we go.
Yeah.
We're gonna get that up in the cave.
We
soon,
got to get
fellas.
that up for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, we make that move. There we go. Shout out to Cam Newton, my
Yeah.
favorite quarterback in the NFL, for sure.
Is he?
Sure. Always has been. For sure. You don't want to talk about it?
Nope.
All right. Let's get started first.
The first half is underway.
First half, the hottest sports news of the past week, like we do each and every week here at the Full Sport Press Podcast. Before we get started, I am J-Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
I'm Weezy. What it do?
It's your man, Coach Lock.
Weezy, where can they find you at on social media, my brother?
FSP_Weezy on IG, and I'm at How Weezy on Twitter. Holla at me.
For sure. What about you, Jeff?
Jay Easley 84 across all social media platforms.
For sure. What about you, Coach?
Lock_the_great. That's THA on all things social related.
And I am Jay Hove on Instagram and Twitter. Had a full conversation on Twitter this weekend, or this week, excuse me. Feels like a Sunday.
Does.
For sure, but this week for sure, and people are a little upset about some of my takes with Russell Westbrook, some of my takes with Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
What's up with you? The chillin' tacos?
Yeah, that was awful.
That's rough, wasn't
That
it?
was awful. Why?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't post up.
I know you didn't post.
You
You
know
just
what I'm
commented.
And, you know,
It was a
if
bad
you
look.
post something and
Yeah.
somebody else retweets it,
Yeah.
and I saw somebody I had posted something about Wednesday Adams
Yeah.
from the Adams family.
Yeah.
Somebody.
They ain't like that one.
Ooh.
They ain't like
Hot
that
about
one.
it.
And that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like, that
For
was-
sure, that's been out for years.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's like, that's my boy.
Got a little spicy. Yeah, I got a little, for sure. Got a little tough.
That's some
And
heat.
it's FSP_cameraman. If you're on YouTube, follow us on youtube.com/Full Sport Press. Most definitely, man. Comment, subscribe. Most definitely. Weez, you got a new segment, don't you?
I do.
What's the name of that thing?
3 and out.
How many did they give you?
I asked for 5.
What they give you?
They gave me 3.
Let's go.
Number 1. Cameraman was right last week, man.
He shouldn't have held us.
Cameraman was right. I doubted my boys. He should have never. I should never doubted him.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry had a day, didn't
Sure did.
he did.
Yeah.
he? Derrick Henry had 19 carries, 159 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he broke a long one for 74 yards. It's stiff arm machine, isn't it?
He is.
Yeah.
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 Big boy stiff arm.
His
Most
stiff arm on Madden got to be 99.
It better be.
Yeah. Number 2,
Okay.
Chris Godwin, man. Who has him in fantasy?
That would be me. That would be me.
That sucks.
Yeah.
7 receptions, 184 yards, 2 touchdowns, and caught a 71-yard bomb
From
from
who?
Jameis Winston.
Oh, okay.
After he threw two interceptions.
So he calls me.
Yeah.
Never mind. I ain't finna get off on that. Nope.
I got a hot take about James. We'll talk about off the air, though.
Yeah, for sure.
And number 3, Lamar Jackson.
Whew.
This might well be his segment, huh?
It's the MVP.
Yes.
15 for 20, 159 yards passing, 5 touchdowns,
Good.
8 rushes for 95 yards,
So have yourself a day, young man.
Yeah.
and a 45-6 route over
Sure.
the Rams at home.
If they beat us this Sunday, you got MVP sold
Yeah.
up.
I think it's already sold up, but you're right.
I'm worried Sunday. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, we'll see.
Is that game? Where's that game at?
It's in Baltimore, I think.
We'll see.
Spicy. That's spicy.
That's spicy.
All right, let's keep it in football and move on to the FSP Fantasy Football Week 13 preview. All right, so let's start off with show me them TDs. One time for DP versus Winston's eye exam. Right now, I'm projected to win. Like I said, I'm projected to win every week, so we'll see how it works out. You laugh, I'm serious. I've been projected to win every game this year. It don't matter at all. At all. You got Moss one time for Shane. I did beat Shane last week. Versus Vanderlei International at 6-6. Shane is locked firmly in the playoffs at 8-4. He is projected to win this game as well. I'm sorry, no. Vanderlei International is projected to win this game. Who needs this game to possibly become playoff eligible in week 14. And the Diplomats, one time for Cam. Versus last place 2 years straight. AB 8-4, locked firmly as well into the playoffs. And AB is projected to win that one pretty easily. Spike Lou, Team Spike versus I'm not even gonna say that name. Lil Chauncey is his name on is his
Why he change his name every week?
He's being silly. Nah, he was feeling himself and got brought down to earth, but he back feeling himself again. Pause. AB, I'm not sorry, Spike Lou is projected to lose that one by a lot. And Spike Lou needs to win to stay in the playoffs. And shout out to Spike Lou for trying to make trades happen in one day. Don't know fantasy rules. Play more fantasy football, Spike Lou.
Sure.
And Urban Meyer's faulty memory, who needs this win to somehow possibly become playoff eligible going into the playoffs, versus the Squeakers, who are fighting to not be in last place. Losers of 6 straight. Shout out one time for Squeak. Keep fighting Squeak. Now watch God. Jumped out on Weezy last night. But it's all right. Now watch God is projected to win this one pretty easily. Get his first win. Oh, no, he won last week. Excuse me. After losing 6 straight. He won last week, and he's going against Weezy. You choose a side. Both guys are trying not to be in last place right now.
I ain't gonna be in last place.
I'm just saying it's a fight, Weezy. I ain't saying you're going to be there. I don't want you there, brother. I don't want you there at all. Keep fighting, baby. And that is your Week 13 FSP Fantasy Football preview.
Most definitely, man. It's a knockdown, drag out. That gummy worm. Sure. Watch that. Let's talk college football playoffs. It was a relatively quiet week across the college football landscape, but that didn't stop the college football playoff committee from meeting and having chicken wings and upending the latest rankings. Ohio State moved back to the number 1 spot after defeating Penn State, with LSU moving back to number 2. Clemson and Georgia round out the top 4. That was changed in order only. Alabama sits at number 5 as the first team outside looking in, and Utah moves into the 6th spot. Any problems with these 4?
No.
I guess I don't. I mean,
I don't like the way they moved LSU, but
yeah, I mean,
part of it.
How?
Yeah, they play Ohio State.
They played top 10 team.
Yeah,
Sure.
and they beat.
Yeah. So
LSU didn't play anybody.
Yeah, but they didn't lose.
Yeah, but I'm
Ohio
saying they
State.
played.
That's the same way they jumped Ohio State because of who they played the week before that.
right
Sure.
when they played Alabama.
Yeah, I think the playoff picture, barring any major upsets, essentially set. The winner of LSU, Georgia, will earn a spot, and Ohio State and Clemson are heavy favorites to win their respective conferences. So Oklahoma and Utah can boost their resumes and probably in my eyes, will leapfrog Alabama by winning the conference championship.
Yeah, especially Utah because they'll be beating Oregon.
They'll be beating Oregon. Yeah. That's how.
Clemson is quietly just flying under the radar.
No, just under the radar, undefeated.
Nobody's talking about them. Yeah,
because they don't play anybody every week. It's the worst Power 5 conference.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. The ACC is weak this year.
It's super weak.
It is. It's weak.
Usually, with you guys not being good, Miami falling off.
That's it. Virginia Tech, maybe.
Virginia Tech not being good. It's just Louisville. Pretty bad.
Yeah. They haven't played anybody all year.
They haven't played anybody all year, which I think will become a nuisance once they start in the playoffs because they haven't been battle tested. The last tough game they had was North Carolina.
Yeah. They played some teams close that they shouldn't have played close early in the season, and they finally started rolling. Yeah. Trevor's looking like Trevor. The defense is rolling. They got the running back, and I can't say his name properly. ETN. I always get his name wrong.
He's a beast.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So they're rolling. Yeah. But I wouldn't want to play them. But you're right. It may come in handy when the semifinals start.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we'll talk a little bit more about specifics in the second half. Spoiler alert.
For sure. Well, let's move on to some boxing, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, movie buffs out there gonna get this one. King Kong has nothing on the bronze bomber yet again.
Okay.
Luis Ortiz, aka King Kong, was dictating the action against heavyweight champ Deontay Wilder in their heavyweight fight last week. Then all of a sudden, Wilder does what he does best: caught him slipping with a right hand.
Caught him loafing.
Oh man,
Straight too.
straight.
Caught his ass.
7th round, knockout, one punch. WBC champion and still WBC heavyweight champion and still.
Yeah.
He is tied with Muhammad Ali with 10 consecutive defenses of his heavyweight title and is now locked in for a February 22nd rematch with Tyson Fury to try to unify some of those titles that are left out there. Are we ready for that fight? Because this obviously was just a tune-up fight.
Yeah, it was hard to watch. Man,
Oh my God.
It was tough to watch, man.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
He hit him. That was the first time I've actually in person seen somebody in a boxing match shake their head no more.
Yeah,
he was like,
he's like, I'm done. This thing over with. Put your mom on the phone.
I ain't coming home.
And that's the thing. Like his wife and kids were sitting ringside.
Yeah.
It's just to be tough. Like your wife to look at you like. He'd be like, man, you get to arguing.
Yeah.
And your wife would be like, I'm going to be called a bronze.
We call Deontay over there.
Right. That'd be tough, man. I
gotta get you out of there. You say that.
Sure.
And I give it to Luis. he was making it competitive the first
He did.
4 or 5 rounds.
Yeah.
He was getting his punches off, doing what he had to do. But man, that one punch knockout power was different.
And it
Was
was
you never out of the fight?
and it wasn't like it was just straight down the. I was like,
oh my God.
His eyes was like this. I was like, oh, he's done.
But to answer your question, I'm ready for that Tyson Fury rematch.
Yeah.
It'll be what, February 20th?
February 22nd.
Okay.
February 22nd.
Yeah. Wilder got around 20 million for this fight. Ortiz got right around 7 million.
Yeah.
So but that pushes the fight between him and against what's the kid Joshua until right around this time 2020.
Well, Joshua's got to win the rematch.
Yeah.
Because he's got to win the rematch.
Yeah, for sure.
And the gentleman told Joshua to his face, "Yeah, you quit."
Andy Ruiz.
Yeah, Ruiz told him to his face, "You quit." They had a face off
Yeah.
for promote their fight that's going to be coming up here soon.
Mhm.
And they asked the reporter asked him like, "So what do you think about the fight?" Oh, he quit.
Yeah, he quit.
He knew nothing he could do. Once I countered it, took everything he had and countered it, he was
Right.
done.
It's tough.
And Joshua had to sit there and look at him while he said that.
True.
Woo!
That's crazy. It's tough, man. All right, before we get started with halftime, let's talk a little John Madden. Lamar Jackson is breaking records on and off the field. He's doing it in virtual reality as well. The quarterback of the Baltimore Ravens will become the fastest quarterback in the history of the popular football video game Madden NFL 2020. Now, Jackson's speed rating increased to a 96 from a 94. Wow. And Michael Vick had previously held the record with a 95 speed. To commemorate the moment, Vick revealed that Jackson will receive a customized pair of Nike cleats, which is the Vapor Untouchable Pro 3s. And the cleats feature Jackson's infamous, "not bad for a running back" quote from earlier in the season. This is a big deal for the potential NFL MVP.
It's a huge deal.
Huge deal.
Great season.
Yeah.
Vic is taking this after football thing very well.
For
Like,
sure.
I don't know if everybody's been paying
He
attention
got
to.
jammed up, though. You saw him got jammed his DMs. He got jammed up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm talking about just as
For sure.
sports
field, like
Jammed up. Yeah. Get jammed up, don't mention my name. That's all I'm
Did he
saying.
get jammed up?
I got jammed up. For sure. We're going to keep it moving now.
Yeah.
But Jackson, Lamar, man. Lamar said that's a little too slow. He's faster than that.
Woo!
Talk.
Yeah. So his overall sits at an 87 overall, which is 11 points higher than it was at the start of the season.
Yeah.
Well deserved.
Yeah.
That's a nice little piece of metal to have on the
No,
arm.
for sure. The fastest quarterback
Yeah.
in Madden history. Yeah. He's on pace to break one of Vic's other records, real life records.
Yeah.
Currently has 876 rushing yards through 11 games. Yeah. That's putting him on pace for 1,200 rushing yards. Vic's record was 1,039 in 2006.
That's your quarterback.
Shattered.
Quarterback.
That's your quarterback doing that.
200 yards rushing is nuts.
1,200 yards rushing
As a quarterback?
That's insane.
Special kid, man, for sure. I'm happy that he's changing the narrative of the black quarterback and just quarterbacks, period.
Yeah.
I've seen Bill Poley and Steve Young, all these people come out saying that he should switch positions. Now he's a quarterback, and I love seeing that. That's what I like the most about it. For sure. Those cleats hard. Do you see the cleats, Coach?
Fire. They got the purple 96 on one side and the 95 in red on the other side. They're fire.
Sure. You looking like my bad, cameraman. You ready to get started with halftime, brother? My bad. Let's get it. Man. Jesus Christ.
We're at the midway point. Enjoy all of the halftime festivities.
Halftime. It's the FSP Sports Trivia. Now, we're bringing back the sports trivia. During this segment, we test the sports knowledge of our esteemed panel. And these questions are back with all NBA questions. Are you guys ready?
Whatever.
Here we go.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You hear that cameraman? Get what he said. Whatever. Got to get you a W, dog.
Yeah, nah,
Coach like shaking his head.
I threw the game last week.
You didn't throw no game. You didn't.
Hey, through the game, he
He said
said.
he
Nah,
threw the
man,
game.
I'm
I
just-
know.
I'm just-
Oh, I know. All right, let's kick it off. Number one. Against which team did Wilt Chamberlain score his 100-point performance?
What Chamberlain?
Oh, man.
In 5.
Washington Bullets.
What you got, Jeff?
It wasn't Boston. Boston. It wasn't Boston. It wasn't
What you, Coach?
It wasn't,
Minneapolis.
it wasn't Boston.
It was against the New York Knicks.
It wasn't Boston.
He was wrong. Okay. Number 2. Who is the NBA's all-time leading free throw shooter in percentage?
Ray Allen.
Mark Price.
Mark Price.
It is Mark Price, for sure. Number 3. When the Chicago Bulls won their first championship, how many wins did they have in that season?
The Chicago Bulls won what?
When they beat the Lakers.
Their
How
first
many wins
championship.
they
How many
had?
wins did they have?
This roundabout or is this approximate?
Come on, Jeff.
62.
63.
59.
61 wins.
You got to give me that one. You got to give me that one.
Close.
I was close. I said 59.
He said 63.
I said 62.
You said 62.
I
I mean,
said
it ain't about the
63.
closest. It's just about who getting that one right.
I got to
What
give
was
that
it, though?
one.
What was the answer?
61.
No.
Everybody lost.
Everybody lost.
Yeah, for sure. It ain't about the closest to that one.
Yeah.
Now, which player is the only player to lead the league in blocks at the small forward position? This happened in 2006.
Ben Wallace.
He played the center.
Dog. Lead the league in blocks from a small forward position. Char Lewis.
2006.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron.
Andre Karolinko.
Andre
AK-47.
Mm-hmm.
God, dog. That makes sense too, because he was a
Mhm.
oversized 3.
So
Where's he
it's
at
a tie this way. So this is question number 5.
Am I winning?
No, you haven't got it right. In 1992, which center was voted an NBA All-Star as a rookie, but did not win Rookie of the Year honors?
1992, which center was voted an
All-Star.
All-Star?
As a rookie, but did not win Rookie of the Year honors.
Lonzo Mourning.
Patrick Ewing.
He got drafted in 1985.
92.
92. All-Star, but not Rookie of the Year.
Center, right? You said?
Which
Yeah.
center?
I don't even remember that class. I don't know. I don't remember that class.
It is Dikembe Mutombo. He lost Rookie of the Year honors to Larry Johnson.
92?
In 1992.
Well,
Right.
92?
And we got a tie. So the tiebreaker is, what is Ray Allen's first name?
Jesus Shuttleworth.
Not even in this, Weezy.
92? Wait a minute.
We're still on. What is Ray Allen's first name?
Rayford. Jeff, you don't know, man. Get the answer.
Yeah.
No, Ray Allen's first name is
We gonna miss you, right?
Walter.
Walter.
Yeah.
That's it. Jeff wins.
That about it.
Jeff wins. There it is.
As a guest, Jeff.
No, I'm still stuck on 92.
No, you wouldn't.
I promise I'm still
Nah,
stuck on
you
92.
just capping.
So you knew that? Or you
Yeah, I knew
guessed?
that. I worked it out between Walter and Edward, but I just Walter.
You guys ready to get started with the second half? Somebody say, let's go.
Let's go.
The second half is underway.
second half, the 2019 College Football Postseason Award Show. Before we get started, I am J-Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
I'm Weezy. What it do?
It's your man, Coach Locke.
Episode 298, fellas. More than 20 awards will be given to college football's best players and coaches between now and bowl season. With that, it's tough to keep track of them. So it's our duty to break down each of the awards along with some of FSP's signature awards. We'll see how good our predictions were at the beginning of the season as well. Let's kick it off, man. Top HBCU prospect. Now, this is the best player currently playing at a HBCU. Now, my preseason winner was Noah Johnson of Alcorn State. Weezy.
Our preseason winner was Kaylin Newton.
What about you, Jeffrey?
Howard University.
Thank you for getting Howard University right this time. My preseason pick was Deshaun Waller, Alcorn State as well.
Yeah, we was heavy on Alcorn.
Yeah.
Sure. Coach, like, who you got winning this award?
Chris Rowland from TSU.
Sure.
Second player to catch at least 100 passes in OVC. 18th all-time in catches in FCS history. And he has the most catches in a single season in HBCU history. And he was the OVC Offensive Player of the Year.
Sure. Won that award on Tuesday.
Yep.
Single season leading receiving yards past Golden Tate Sr.
Yep.
for that award as well. I also have Chris Rowland as well. What about you, Jeff?
Same.
For sure.
Same.
Thought we were all going to shock the world. Weezy, who you got?
Right.
Chris Rowland.
I was killing with this Chris Rowland
Me
pick.
too. I said that. Oh, man, that's funny. Shout out to Chris Rowland at TSU. Hope he gets a look. I hope for sure that he gets a invite to the Reese's Senior Bowl as well.
Yeah.
So
He should, man. He deserves it.
yeah.
To be honest, I think he could kill in the NFL.
Yeah, no, for sure. He went to Ravenwood, right?
Yeah,
Right.
put him in that slot. He
Right.
could do the Cooper Cup kind of stuff.
Cup 6'5".
Well, I mean, but he's playing the slot. Though.
I get what
You
you're
know what I'm
saying.
saying? He'd kill in the
He's a
slot.
good return guy, too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chris Rowland,
Yeah.
man. So I hope so. And it didn't help for my boy last year, Amir Hall, who went to the Senior Bowl and got one snap at
Yeah.
quarterback. So
He did him dirty.
yeah, do you dirty in HBCU. What you got, Weezy? What's going on? What's the next one?
The next award is the top player outside of a Power 5 conference.
Mm-hmm.
I had De'Aaron King, quarterback from Houston.
For sure. He quit on you.
He said they
Quit.
played out for him.
For sure.
Gave
That
up.
was a solid pick on paper.
On
Right.
Man.
Most definitely.
What about you, Jeff?
I had Young Reed Blankenship from MTSU. Strong
My
safety.
guy. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And my preseason winner was Mason Fine from North Texas.
Mm.
Who you guys your postseason winner, Coach?
Quarterback Ben DiNucci from James Madison.
Mm-hmm.
His team is ranked number 2 in the country. You know, he's thrown for over 2,500 yards and 22 touchdowns. So I went Ben from James Madison.
Sure. I had Josh Love, a senior from San Jose State University. He leads the Mountain West with 3,600 passing yards, averaging 330 yards per game, which is third in the nation. So shout out to Josh Love. Sure. Who you got, Coach? Yeah,
I had
you
Josh
got.
Love.
I mean,
I had Josh Love.
yeah, Josh Love.
So let's try to get on the third award. But yeah, I had Josh Love. My bad.
Who you got, Weezy?
I had the quarterback from Madison.
Okay, yeah, for sure. All right, was we thinking alike?
All right. Here's where it gets shaken up a little.
Okay,
Let's shake it
Let's
up
try
a
it
little
out.
bit.
Impact transfer. This is the player that played for another school last year. We thought was going to have the greatest impact coming into the season this year.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So my preseason winners, I had a tie for this for me. I had Justin Fields from Ohio State and young Jalen Hurts.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had Hunter Johnson from Northwestern. You picked one, though.
No, I didn't. Listen to the show.
Mm.
I picked. I went back and double checked it again.
Okay.
I picked both.
Okay. Who you had, Weezy?
I had Jalen Hurts.
Okay, for sure. Who you guys your postseason winner, Coach?
I went back and forth this, but I just gave Jalen the nod. 3,100 yards, close to 32, 30 touchdown passing.
Yeah.
17 touchdowns and 1,156 yards rushing.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
one of the front runners for the Heisman.
Oh,
You know, they have lost 2 games.
Mhm.
He'll sit for the Heisman.
Yeah,
That's one.
that was one.
I mean, one game, yeah. You know, we all like to say they haven't played anybody, which they don't play defense in the Big 12. We know that, but that's not his fault. He still has to do what he's put out there to do, and he has a great season. So I went with Jalen Hurts from Oklahoma.
Sure. Who you got, Weezy?
Jalen Hurts from Oklahoma.
For sure.
Everything
Okay,
Coach
what's
Locke
that?
just said.
What about you, Jeff?
I kept it with the same two.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
With
You
the
can't
same
keep two. You got
Okay, give me Jalen Hurts then. I'll go Robert.
Yeah, you can't cheat, pick both
Give me
of them.
Jalen Hurts then.
Okay,
Give me Jalen.
scammer. Scammer
Damn,
vibes.
Jalen Hurts.
My impact transfer is Jonathan Grenard from Florida. In 9 games for Florida this year, he's put up great numbers against top-tier talent in the SEC. Been playing out of his mind. I single-handedly watched him kill Andrew Thomas of Georgia, who'll be a top 3 pick in this year's draft. I think outside of Chase Young, Jonathan Grenard will be the most productive pass rusher in this class going into the NFL, man. Just a great transfer from Louisville, and he's just been great for my defense for sure. So Jonathan Grenard, for sure.
Not mad at that.
All right, next we have the Jim Thorpe Award, which is given to the top defensive back. So, Weezy, who'd you have for your preseason winner?
I had the cornerback from Iowa. I don't know his name now. That's what I had.
All right, okay, man.
I had Grant Gilbert Jr. from LSU.
Jay, who you have?
I had C.J. Henderson from Florida.
You sure did.
Mm-hmm.
You sure did.
He played great. Don't do that. Who you have, Coach, this year?
I'm gonna give the nod to Grant from LSU, the safety. He's one of just 9 players in LSU history to earn unanimous All-American honors.
Talk to him,
He can
Coach.
make plays all over the field. He's one of the most versatile players to come through LSU on the defense side of the ball. It just seems like he's everywhere. Every time a play needs to be made, he makes the play.
All over the field. Been hurt a lot this year, too. But he'll probably win. Who you got, Weezy?
Tristan Fulton from LSU.
Okay.
Quarterback.
I stayed with Grant, playing 36 games, starting 33 times. 2019 career high includes 11 tackles versus Mississippi State, 184 tackles total, 15 tackles for loss. Come on, man. 5 sacks.
Yeah, no, sure.
Yeah.
I had Jeff Okudah from Ohio State. He's played like the best cornerback in college football. It's not even close. Tied for second with interceptions. He's been the major linchpin, minus Chase Young, in that secondary that can make things happen. Now, only 2 opponents have passed for more than 200 yards against the Buckeyes this season, and the team has given up just 6 pass plays of 30 yards or more, which is also best in the nation. So you got the best pass coverage defense, the best pass coverage defender for that team is Jeff Okudah. Sure.
Shout out to Jeff Okudah.
Sure, it's up to me, right? Mm-hmm. All right, we got the Dick Butkus Award. This is the top linebacker in college football. My preseason winner was Patty Fisher from Northwestern. Who'd you have, Weezy?
Paddy.
Yeah, for sure.
I had the boy Delpit from LSU. Linebacker.
Yep.
He's a linebacker. That's what he is.
Yeah, I mean, he won't be listed as a linebacker, but I get what you're saying, though. Yeah. Okay. What you got, Joe?
I had Dylan Moses Jr. From Alabama.
Man, he got that injury, man.
Yeah,
That
tough.
hurt.
Tough.
Who we got as the winner, Coach?
Micah Parsons, Penn State.
So,
Leading Penn State in tackles with 85 this second straight season. He also has 10 tackles for loss, which is second on the team, 2 sacks, 3 pass breakups, and 3 quarterback hurries. He's been a staple for that Penn State defense. He was the reason they stayed in the game with Ohio State.
sure, it's all over the field.
Ohio State eventually were able to pull away, but I have Micah Parsons from Penn State.
Sure. My postseason winner is Isaiah Simmons, junior from Clemson. He's improved by leaps and bounds since 2018. He's a lead at both pass coverage and run defense. Got some time to kill. Watch this kid play number 11 on Clemson. You find him everywhere over the field. 5 breakups, just all over the field. I think he'll stay one more year, but he'll be a lottery pick if NFL had a lottery for sure.
I got Jeremy Thomas from Wisconsin. 32 tackles for loss. 5, listen to this, 5 pass deflections and 2 picks.
Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah.
For
Everywhere.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
I got the Simmons kids from Clemson as well. 56 tackles, 10 for loss, 6 sacks throughout the season.
Yeah.
Through his first 7 games.
Yeah.
So I'm with him. Yeah.
The thing about Isaiah Simmons, they wanted him to move to play a different position.
Right.
And so he said, nah, I'm just going to chill out. The defense got behind him. Now he's just the best player on the entire defense, man.
Yeah.
So shout out to Isaiah Simmons.
The Chuck Bednarik Award is the top defensive player. In the preseason, I had Chase Young.
Okay.
All right.
You did. You sure did.
Sure did.
Yeah. I had Raekwon Davis from Alabama.
You sure did.
So did I. Raekwon Davis from Alabama.
Okay.
And Coach, who you got?
Chase Young, Ohio State. Man, he'll have a chance to sit for the Heisman, I think, which you don't see that a lot with defensive players. He leads the nation in sacks. He set the single-season school record at Ohio State. He has 19 and a half tackles for loss and 7 forced fumbles, and he missed those 2 games that they set him out, which he would have dominated because one of them was a smaller school. So it would just been even crazier. He probably would have set the all-time record for
Right,
sacks if he'd
right.
have played those two
The
games.
thing is, he still might do that.
Exactly.
It's
'cause
close,
he's only
right?
6. I think he's like 6 away. I think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That should be unanimous. Chase
Yeah,
Young
I
for
think
me.
Chase
Yeah.
Young is unanimous. I have him. Like, I'm just mad that the NCAA suspended him for those
sure.
2 games
Yeah.
because
We've
it was
been,
the best defensive season we've ever seen.
Could have been historic.
Historic.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
we had a
sure.
chance to see something special over
Yeah.
a freaking plane ticket.
Yeah. For sure.
Over a plane ticket.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
And that he paid back.
That he paid
Exactly.
back.
For sure.
Yeah.
Next is the Outland Trophy. It's given to the top offensive lineman. So, Weezy, who'd you have for your preseason winner?
I had Antoine Thomas Jr. from Georgia.
Okay. Jeff?
I remember they allowed defensive linemen as well this year.
They are,
for this
right,
one.
true.
So I had Derek Brown from Auburn.
Sure.
For my pick.
And just like we said, we both had Andrew Thomas from Georgia, the guy that I talked about. The guy that I talked about that Jonathan Grenard was absolutely killing.
Mhm.
It was definitely Andrew Thomas that he was killing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I had Tyler Biadasz, lineman from Wisconsin, offensive lineman. He helped Wisconsin get the 3rd in nation completion percentage, what they are. He's helped running back Jonathan Taylor set the NCAA Division I record, FBS record for most rushing yards in a 3-year span. He also leads the nation with 22 touchdowns, and he's the 2nd all-time leading rusher in Big Ten history.
Sure. Got a lot to do with that kid. My predicted winner is Penei Sewell from Oregon.
Nice.
He's the best lineman on the best offensive line in college football. He has 5 or more knockdowns in 5 of the 10 games. Run blocking is a specialty. Only 6 quarterback pressures the entire season on 364 snaps, dog.
Quick hands.
Dude,
Good
only
feet.
6 pressures?
Yeah,
crazy.
it's crazy.
I think he would be a top 5 pick if he comes out this year, but he can't. He's a sophomore.
Yeah.
Hell, he was the best offensive lineman in football last year, and he was just a freshman. So, Penei Sewell from Oregon. Check him out.
Panay, get that first round insurance, buddy.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. Because he's
for
going.
I stuck with my gun. I stuck with Andrew Thomas, which had a great year too.
He did.
Yeah.
He did for sure. Just ain't got a good quarterback.
I stuck with Derek Brown. From the defensive tackle, having four sacks, 3 tackles, and 9 for a loss from
Mhm.
deep tackle position.
Yeah.
You just supposed to clog the hole up for the linebackers to get everything taken care of.
Yeah.
The dude's
Do your
special.
job.
He's doing
Do
his
your
job for real.
Sure.
Yeah.
Moving right along to the John Mackey Award. It's the top tight end in college football. My preseason winner was Jared Pinkney from Vanderbilt.
That's a solid pick,
It
though.
was a solid pick. Just ain't got a quarterback.
I picked the I can't say this kid's last name.
Yeah.
Or Washington from you know what I'm talking about?
From Iowa.
Yeah.
No, from Missouri.
From Missouri. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, for sure.
But good thing I didn't pick him again. But go ahead. 'Cause I can say-
I had Sterling Palmer from FIU.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
What about postseason, coach? Who you got?
Harrison Bryant from FAU.
Mm-hmm.
He has 58 receptions for 890 yards. They're both leading all of college tight ends. He's averaging 15 yards, 15.3 yards per catch with 3 touchdowns. So I think Harrison Bryant will win this award.
Sure. I have the most underrated player in college football, which is Kyle Pitts from Florida. He's been one of the most. He's had a breakout year this year, y'all. As a sophomore, 2nd most receptions in the entire SEC, 5th most receiving yards among the nation's tight ends. As a sophomore, no other tight end in the SEC has more yards per game than Pitts, man. So, and Kyle Pitts, sophomore, he will be an NFL star. That's what we do. We put tight ends in the entire NFL.
How about how those tight ends turn out?
Chico was a killer.
Literally.
We know.
You set
In
yourself
the
up.
flesh.
We know.
That was Gary Payton, Sean Kill. My
Now,
goodness.
that was just off the board to yourself. Off the board to yourself.
He was. He was.
I went with tight end. I went with Thaddeus Moss, man, from LSU.
Randy Moss, son.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not only he didn't have number but 6 touchdowns this year, but he's a third down player. Don't come off the field. He's an excellent blocker. He does a lot for Joe Burrow and that football team.
Sure.
He's playing behind those 3 wide receivers.
Yeah.
We're not playing behind them, but
Yeah, playing with
right,
him.
yeah.
For sure. You got you.
It hurts me to say this because of the school he goes to, but I got Brevin Jordan, the sophomore from Miami, all ACC second team selection last year.
Yep.
He put together a nice sophomore season, 495 yards, 35 catches, and 2 touchdowns. Kid's open.
Yeah.
Great
Always
hands.
open.
Yeah,
Good shit.
got a good player in Miami with that kid.
Okay. Yeah, we
To Fred Biletnikoff Award.
for sure.
All right.
I picked Jerry Judy.
You did.
Yeah.
You sure
That
did.
was a good solid
Yeah.
pick.
I also had Jerry Judy.
Yeah, I had Rondale Moore. Me and Weezy was on the Rondale Moore train. Weezy was really on the Rondale Moore train.
He jumped out there with that
Yeah,
Rondale
for
Moore
sure.
train.
Who you got, coach?
I went with Jamar Chase from LSU. He leads all Power 5 players in reception yards, has 63 catches for 1,260. He scored 15 touchdowns in only 10 games.
Yeah.
So I went with Jamar Chase.
Yeah, we.
Jamar Chase is a good pick, Coach. But I went with C.D. Lamb
CD
from Oklahoma.
killer.
Just magnificent. One move up the field. It's hard to catch him. It's hard to get him in open space.
Right.
What he's doing for that team, he's really a one man team for that.
Yeah, he picked up where Hollywood Brown.
Facts,
For
yeah.
sure. Who you got, Joe?
I also got C.D. Lamb.
CD.
Junior, 46 catches, 999 yards, 14 touchdowns in 10 games.
For sure.
Yeah.
I have Michael Pittman Jr. from USC.
Nice.
Got 95 receptions, 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns. One of the best games I watched this year. He had 10 catches for 232, and they beat Utah. So this is Michael Pittman, the running back from Tampa Bay. It's his son as well. So I think he's had one of the best USC wide receivers seasons in USC history, tied with Mike Williams in 2003 for Trojans single game reception yards.
And he played with 3 quarterbacks and shit.
Sure did.
USC went through 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah. Shout out to Michael Pittman Jr.
All right, so then we got the Doak Walker Award,
Mm-hmm.
nation's top running back. My preseason pick was Kennedy Brooks from Oklahoma. Yeah.
I had Jonathan Taylor from Wisconsin.
I went with Travis Etienne from Clemson.
Not bad.
That's not a bad pick.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. Why you say Jonathan Taylor wasn't a bad pick?
It wasn't. We know that was a great pick.
You got,
Coach?
Jonathan Taylor from Wisconsin, man. Like I said earlier, he's leading the FBS running backs in multiple categories. 1,800 plus yards on 261 carries with 15 touchdowns, averaging 169.9 yards per game. He's had 100 yards in 10 of his 11 games and rushed for 200 yards in 4 games. So I went with Jonathan Taylor.
Sure. You got what?
Jonathan Taylor,
You
man.
got Jonathan? Sure. Who you got, Jeff?
Chuba Hubbard.
Sure. Chuba.
I like saying Chuba.
Yeah, for
I know
sure.
it's true. I like saying Chuba. He leads the FBS in rushing yards, 1,832, 166 yards per game, and got 20 rushing touchdowns.
Sure.
Yeah.
I got Chuba as well.
Yeah.
I think he will have 2,000 rushing yards before the end of the regular season.
Yeah.
And I assume that if things go the right way, he will get some recognition from Heisman voters. Having just a breakout
Incredible.
year, man. He's just a sophomore.
Yeah.
Canada's own Chuba Hoop.
Yeah. There's a lot of running backs out there, too. This
Sure.
year.
It's a running back year.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
running
Wide
back, yeah.
receivers, too.
Most
Wide
definitely.
running backs.
Next, we have the Davey O'Brien Award, which goes to the top quarterback in college football. So, Weezy, who do you have preseason pick?
My preseason pick was Jalen Hurts.
Sure.
Okay.
You
Jeff?
got
My preseason pick was a Trevor Lawrence.
Sure. My preseason pick was Justin Fields from Ohio State. Sure. So we got postseason. Who you got?
Joe Burrow from LSU. He's completed 291 of 369 passes for 4,000 yards and 41 touchdowns with only 6 interceptions. He's also rushed for 239 yards with 3 scores. He has a completion percentage of 78, which
That's
leads the
insane.
nation.
Yeah.
That's
And it's on pace to break the NCAA
You're
record.
damn right it is.
He's second in the country in passing yards, touchdown passes, and passing efficiency.
Sure.
That's crazy.
You got Will.
I'm right back
You
with
got
Joe
Burrow.
Burrow.
That's
Joe
Weezy's
Burrow.
guy. Yes.
I'm right back with Joe Burrow for everything Coach just said, and just the toughness he got. The guy, with first downs, he don't slide.
Yeah.
Makes pinpoint accurate passes. It just,
This guy.
yeah.
He's the guy. This shit. Sure. Who you got, Jeff?
He beat Alabama.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with my preseason pick. I have Justin Fields.
Okay.
His ability to throw in all platforms of college football has been amazing. 2,300 passing yards, 33 touchdowns. He only has 1 pick. We got 1 pick, y'all. 33
That's
touchdowns,
crazy.
1 pick is nuts. And his completion percentage is 70%. Not 78%, but 70%. Also has 500 rushing yards, 10 touchdowns as well. So his dual threat ability cannot be understated. He's the closest player I've seen since Russell Wilson to be Russell Wilson. Natural feel for the games. I think he is the best college quarterback in the entire college ecosystem. Him and Trevor Lawrence. I've always felt this way about Justin Fields. Is my guy. I'm sticking with it, man. He's the best player in college football.
You know, one thing about Justin Fields, I'll go back to last year. What's the quarterback from Georgia right now?
Jake Fromm.
If Jake Fromm would have had the year he's having last year, this year, Justin Fields would be playing right now at Georgia.
100%. They would have took him out.
Yeah.
For sure.
True.
But he made the best decision. And he got 10 rushing touchdowns, y'all. How many Joe Burrow got? 5?
3.
3. And he got 500 rushing yards.
Number one.
Got
He got
240.
33 touchdowns.
Number one in the nation.
Yeah, I'm just saying. No,
Number
Ohio
two.
State's
Well, number 2 now. But
78%.
70%.
70.
33 touchdowns, 1 pick. What? Talk to me, cameraman.
41 touchdowns, 6.
Yeah, but he got 10 rushing touchdowns, too.
Yeah.
But he got 41.
And he did it.
He got 33. You acting like he got 23.
All right, so I'm going to take your argument.
Mm-hmm.
Who has the better defense, the Big Ten or SEC?
Better defense?
Yeah.
Yeah, he played against a lot better talent.
Yeah, I mean, but
defensively.
Yeah, defensively, but it's better teams in the Big Ten this year.
Not defensively.
Team
defensively.
He only plays.
So
he only plays the defense.
No, what I'm saying, Wisconsin is a better team. Penn State's a better team. Like they have 5 really good teams.
But they don't
Three.
That ain't what we talking about.
Three.
Let's move right along
Let's go.
to the Home Depot Award, which is Coach of the
Who
Year.
are the 5?
My preseason pick was Chris Peterson from Washington. You guys have?
I went with Nick Saban from Alabama.
My preseason pick was Harbaugh, Michigan. Yeah,
for sure. Who you guys your postseason win, Coach?
Other one with Ed Orgeron from LSU.
Yeah.
He's led them to the number 1 ranking, number 2 in the playoff poll as of now.
Yeah.
They were ranked preseason number 6. No one thought they would be undefeated this point in the season.
No
one thought they'd be picked as possibly winning a national championship at this point.
Yeah.
So I went with old Ed Orgeron.
I did.
Shout out to Coach O, man. I went with PJ Fleck from Minnesota.
Doing a great job.
Went 8 games undefeated. So they ran up and then beat Penn State. They got beat by Ohio State.
Sure.
What PJ Fleck did for their program was pretty awesome.
Sure.
Yeah.
Jeff.
I went with Coach O, LSU, man.
Yeah.
Finally got over that hump.
Sure.
Looks to be at least at number 2. They get to avoid Ohio State in the first round. So that if it stays true to what it is, they get to play Ohio State in the national championship.
Sure.
Yeah.
I have Coach O as well. He wasn't wanted at USC. He
Yeah.
also wasn't desired at LSU. He just was winning games, and they had no choice but to keep him. From a disastrous 3-year head coaching stint at Ole Miss to see where he's at with this LSU program. In 43 games at LSU, he's won 51% of the games, and those games have been against top 25 competition, including 28% against top 10 programs. No other span. He's 9-3 against top 10 opponents, 8-0 against teams not named Alabama, man. So he's a hell of a coach.
Let me tell you a fun fact about Coach O. Every time he's been assistant coach somewhere at a Power 5 conference, the coach gets fired. Maybe it was at Lane Kiffin, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Coach O was there.
Yep.
USC with
Lane Kiffin.
Lane Kiffin. And he's one more LSU.
LSU.
Got
Sure.
that job.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have got rid of Les, though.
They shouldn't have got rid of
It wasn't. That
bad.
had one bad year. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
They were just tired of it.
Yeah.
For sure. They hit their zine.
And now he has
Kansas rolling.
Yeah, bro. For sure. Sure. You got Weezy?
Well, we had the picks for the Big 12.
Nope.
No, we're not.
We are at the Heisman Trophy, the granddaddy of them all. This is the College Football Player of the Year award. My preseason winner was Tua Tagovailoa. Who'd you guys have preseason?
My preseason pick was Trevor Lawrence.
For sure.
Tua Tagovailoa.
No, you didn't. You had Rondale Moore.
Sure did. Rondale Moore from
I
Purdue.
had to slide past that.
No, I was waiting on that. I was waiting on that Rondale Moore pick. I was waiting on that Rondale Moore.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
You dove off that cliff, boy.
Most definitely. Who you guys postseason winning, Coach? We having a bad game. We're going to talk about this after this. We had postseason.
Shout out to Joe, man, from LSU, man. Everything we said earlier, why I think he's going to be the best quarterback in college football. And like Jeff mentioned earlier, he solidified the race with the Heisman moment against Alabama.
Sure.
31 for 39 with 393 yards, with 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and also 64 yards rushing.
Yeah.
So that game, unless he does something like this against Georgia in the SEC championship game, that'll be one of his Heisman moments. That game.
Gotcha. For sure. My postseason winner. Anybody? No, Weez, you got it. Go ahead.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. I knew that was going on. What you got?
I wanted to be Jalen. It hurts so bad, but that one loss, you can't
One
get
loss
it.
hurt.
Yeah, it hurts.
That's tough playing.
And a lot of turnovers late. Did it in late in the season. Had some
Yeah,
turnovers.
That Baylor game hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the game that did it.
Yeah. So I'm just to be honest, it'd be Joe Burrow for me. Yeah.
I have Chase Young winning this. It's been almost 22 years since a player other than a quarterback won the Heisman Trophy. It's Charles Woodson.
Yeah.
Manti Te'o was the last to set.
Manti?
Yeah, Manti. He's broken every record in Ohio State history. If he had played in those 2 games,
Yeah.
he would have had, I think he would have right around 21, 22 sacks right now.
Yeah.
The record's 24. He has 16 and a half. If this team stays undefeated and be in the playoffs, which I think he'll break right around 20 sacks going into that, being undefeated, beating Michigan, winning the conference.
Yeah.
He's on pace, man, to have right around 23, 24 sacks.
Yeah.
They go deep into the actual playoffs. So I really think, man, that this kid deserves the Heisman. They won't give it to him because Joe Burrow, but this is the best defensive player we've seen in a really long time.
Yeah.
His numbers produced that way. I think he is the Heisman Trophy winner for sure.
No doubt.
All right. Quick breakdown.
All right.
Watch the breakdown. All right, let's do it. Who wins the Big Ten for the preseason? I had Ohio State.
I had Michigan.
I had Michigan also.
Okay, Coach, who we got winning this?
Ohio State.
Sure. He won the last 7 meetings against Michigan. This will be a breeze, man. Ryan Day wants to get off to a start. Maintain this. He has to beat Michigan. They won 16 in the last 18. They're gonna beat Michigan.
I think
You don't think so, Jill? You had Michigan. But you believe in Michigan. We'll
I
see.
don't.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that game in Michigan or Ohio State?
It's at the horseshoe.
Ooh.
Yeah. Anyway, so we on to the Big 12. Preseason winner, I had Oklahoma.
I had Oklahoma.
I had Texas.
Ooh. Okay, who you got, Coach, winning this?
That's not a good one. Oklahoma for sure.
Yeah, Hurts had his bad game against Baylor.
Yeah.
Won't happen again.
Yeah.
Oklahoma wins. That's unanimous, right?
Yes, sir.
Sure. So move on to the Pac-12. I had Washington. I was on that Chris Peterson
Yes,
way.
you were.
And then me and Weezy's the quarterback. What was our quarterback's name that plays the Washington? Jacob Eason. Let us down a little bit. Preseason winner for me is Washington. You guys have
Oregon.
I had Washington also.
okay. You got winning, Coach.
I went back and forth. I
gonna be tough.
just don't think Utah's gonna be able to
Ooh.
upset Oregon in that championship game.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with Oregon.
Yeah. I got Utah winning it. I think they have a little bit more firepower on defense than Oregon has on offense. So I'm going with Utah.
I like Oregon, actually. I like Oregon's defense.
Okay.
Staying with Oregon.
Staying with Oregon.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. Who wins the SEC? I had Alabama winning it all.
I had Bama.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who you got winning it, Coach?
LSU.
Sure.
There'll be a great knockdown fight with Georgia. But I think Joe Burrow is going to be the difference maker. Battle test. He's going to be able to lead them down. Maybe a last-second drive, field goal, something like that.
Boy, they better hope they keep that offensive coordinator as long as because they got a good quarterback coming in, and I hope they don't lose him for that kid because that kid is really, really good. He's gonna if he can do what Joe Burrow did because he can't really play. If they can use him the way that they use Joe Burrow, man. Shout out to Coach O. LSU entered the weekend with the number 1 offense in the SEC, of course, and the Bulldogs ranked number 1 in total defense. So it's a knockdown, drag out, and I have Georgia winning this game. No, I'm joking. I'm going LSU.
It's going to be a close game.
It's gonna be a
It's
close
going to be a
game.
close game. I got LSU winning it, though.
Yeah, no, for
That
sure.
passing tech from LSU is just...
Yeah,
Downright amazing.
it is.
It really is.
NFL-like.
For sure, they better keep. I'm telling you, Joe Burrow better find a way to keep that OC as close to him as possible. Moving on to the next level, which is the NFL. Who wins the ACC? I had Clemson preseason.
Clemson preseason.
I had Clemson, too.
And Clemson will win it for sure.
Right,
Yeah, it's not even close.
head and
man.
shoulders above every other program in the
Yes.
entire ACC. They won the last 4 ACC championships.
Yes,
Right.
man.
It's nuts. College football playoffs. My preseason was Bama, Clemson, Oklahoma, and Ohio State. Who you guys have preseason?
Bama, Clemson, Michigan, Ohio State.
What about you, Jeff?
I had Bama, Clemson, Ohio State, Oregon.
Oregon. Okay.
Yeah.
Postseason. Give me your 1, 2, 3, and 4, Coach.
In order?
In order. For
In
sure.
order, LSU. 2, Ohio State. 3, Clemson. 4, man, I don't. That's the tough one for me because I don't. I'm gonna go with. Can't
Say
go
it.
Yeah.
Say it.
You go ahead.
Say it.
I think Oregon might slide back in there.
Ooh, pause. Pause.
My top 4.
Yeah, go ahead.
I like LSU, Ohio State, Clemson, and Georgia.
Okay.
LSU, Ohio State. No, sorry, LSU. Yeah, Ohio State plays still winning Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
And I got Clemson. And then I have Oklahoma.
Yeah, for sure. I have Ohio State number 1, number 2 LSU, number 3 Clemson, and 4 Oklahoma.
Yeah.
That is it.
Really?
Yeah, that ain't no question. They're gonna win the conference.
So you said Oklahoma's going to get back in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they win
Oh,
the
well.
conference. They're gonna win the conference.
So who you saying is going? You saying who's going?
Clemson's gonna win.
Clemson.
LSU.
LSU beats Georgia,
Yeah.
give them 2 losses.
But Oklahoma's 6.
They jump.
They-
They'll win there. If they win, you can't. It's gonna be hard for me. I don't want to take up too much
No,
time.
you're good,
It's gonna be
you're good.
hard for me to keep a team out that wins their conference
Yeah,
just because Alabama has 1 loss too.
Yeah.
Because Alabama's gonna sit idle for a whole 2 weeks.
yeah, no, for sure. Alabama's not gonna be in that.
I don't
conference.
see that, y'all. I wish.
Who you got it for then?
I had Georgia still winning the 4.
So you have Georgia
With
winning.
2
losses?
losses? Because they're going to lose an SEC championship game to LSU. If you got LSU at 2,
Not LSU at 1.
So LSU
They
wins
gonna
the SEC
lose.
championship.
Yeah.
That knocks Georgia. There's no way Georgia still makes with 2 losses.
not with
Georgia
2 losses.
has to beat LSU to make
Yeah.
it in the
Yeah.
top 4.
and then Georgia will go up and LSU might
Go
get
4.
4.
That's the only way 2 SEC teams.
Yeah,
right?
that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So y'all. Oh wow.
That ain't really rocket science.
No, it's not rocket science. I just don't see how y'all say Oklahoma get in.
They lost 1 game,
That's 6th.
but they lost 1 game to the team that they're playing in the championship.
Okay, so you said Oregon's not going to get in.
No,
If
Oregon's not in.
They're going to skip over Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alabama, they're gonna be
because they
they're not gonna play.
They ain't not
They
gonna
don't have a
play.
game.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see real soon.
Yeah.
Real soon.
Yeah.
Most definitely. And that is our college football breakdown postseason award show. College football, man, it's losing a little bit of its luster due to the fact with Alabama losing that big game, injuries to Tua. It's just kind of Clemson is playing in a subpar conference.
These more of the what they call them blue bloods to get back. Get back rolling.
Yeah, that's true too.
They actually got to extend the playoffs.
I don't want that to happen.
I don't want 8.
I want 6 at least.
Nah, it'll go to 6. It'll go to 8 before it go to 6.
Yeah, because you go 6, then you got 2 teams get a bye.
Yeah, you got to buy in a playing game for 5 and 6.
Yeah,
to play 4. It'd be too much. It'd be 8. Yeah, man. I'm sure that's another one in the books. Don't forget, FSP is celebrating our 300th episode, joining forces with Edmondson Chapel Church. Please let us know. Did you have gently worn, like new coats? DM Jeff, DM Coach Locke, DM cameraman, DM Weezy. DM's wide open over there in Weezy. or you can simply drop off the coats at the church on Wednesday
They can't
and
DM you,
Sundays
brother? They can't
between
DM you?
the hours of 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. You can DM me for sure. You can DM Full Sport Press as well. But Weezy,
Jehovah's your first point of contact.
get that. That'll be edited. And we are accepting these codes until the 18th of December for sure. So
You got a hotline number to call? That's what it is.
we do not. We do not. Yeah. Weezy, you want to give out your Twitter, Instagram real quick?
No.
You don't? No. Okay, for sure.
Goodness.
Is the code in here?
gracious.
Is the code in here? You got your hat on. You're fighting the forces. And then the baby. You know we not. Weezy, what he need? That's always great, man. Oh, shit. My bad. Now, tweet us with questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page, on the iTunes page. Please rate and subscribe. But more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Weezy.
Everything paid for, baby.
Jeff.
The camera's always on, brother.
Coach Locke.
Get a drummer song.
Sure, the revolution will be podcast. The cameraman, we are out.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Thank you for listening to the Full Sport Press podcast. To catch up on prior episodes, visit the SoundCloud page. And don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend.